All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're talking about a technology that isn't just some far-off idea anymore. It's here, and honestly, it's about to completely transform the title and escrow industry. And no, I'm not just talking about another chatbot. This is a whole new class of AI. Just think about that for a second. What would it mean for your business if you could automate 80% of the closing process? I mean, the repetitive, headache-inducing parts, and hand them off to a digital assistant that gets it right every single time, 24/7. That's not science fiction. That's what's on the table right now.
So here's our roadmap. First, we're going to talk about the current bottleneck, the stuff that drives you crazy every day. Then we'll get into what this new class of AI actually is and what it looks like to have a digital workforce. Then, and this is huge, we'll talk about how you can actually trust it. And finally, why this isn't a wait-and-see situation. The opportunity is right now.
Okay, Section 1. The big bottleneck in the title industry. Before we can even talk about the solution, we have to be really clear on the problem. And it's a problem you all know intimately.
Let's be real. A real estate closing is just a sea of paperwork, right? It's a mountain of documents that creates these endless document headaches. And that's not just an annoyance. That paperwork swamp is the central bottleneck that gums up the works and, opens the door to risk.
And that swamp leads to these very specific pains. You've got the mind-numbing manual data entry, the nightmare of trying to figure out if you have the latest version of a document, the constant, repetitive compliance checks, all the back and forth between parties. And looming over all of it is that constant risk of one human error, one typo, messing up the entire file. These are major operational and financial risks.
So what's the way out? I know you've been hearing the term AI for years, but something is different now. A really profound technological shift is happening, as we speak. A whole new kind of AI has shown up on the scene.
And I want you to see how fast this is moving. This isn't a 5-year plan. Look at this timeline. These are the core technologies that make this revolution possible. Agentic AI, these new servers, the ability to make AI safe, all of these had massive, documented breakthroughs in the last 90 days. The speed is it's breathtaking.
So what is this stuff? It's called Agentic AI. And here's the most important thing to get. This isn't a chatbot. It doesn't just answer questions. An Agentic AI is more like a digital employee. You give it a goal, like process this new closing file, and it figures out the steps, uses your software, and actually gets the job done.
Here's the difference in a nutshell. The AI we're all used to, like ChatGPT, is reactive. You have to tell it what to do, step by step. It waits for instructions. Agentic AI is proactive. You give it an objective, and it goes to work. It plans, and it executes. It doesn't just answer questions about your workflow. It actually runs the workflow.
Which brings us to your new digital workforce. Okay, this is great, powerful tech, but what does it actually mean for a title and escrow office? Let's bring this down from the clouds and talk about the real tools you can use.
The piece that makes it all work is something called an MCP server. The simplest way to picture it is like an air traffic controller for your closing process. It's a hub that plugs into everything. Your document folders, your email, your production software, and lets the AI see and control the whole workflow from one central place.
So what can this AI escrow officer actually do? Well, it can pull all the key data right off an ALTA statement or CD. It can watch a folder and automatically kick off a process when a new title commitment arrives. It can even deal with things like a corrupted PDF or a fuzzy scan. This isn't just about moving data. It's about intelligently managing the entire process. And this quote from an AI engineer, Joan Jenga, really hits the nail on the head. The whole point is to cut through the noise. Imagine, instead of constant interruptions and questions all day long, the system handles the flow and gives your team one summary report of what needs their attention. It frees up your experts to be, experts.
Okay, but this all leads to the elephant in the room. How can you trust this thing? And that brings us to building AI you can actually trust. Because in a business built on regulations and accuracy, you can't just flip a switch on new tech and cross your fingers. You have to nail down risk, reliability, and compliance first.
This is the million-dollar question, isn't it? It's what keeps executives up at night. How do you make sure this powerful tool does what it's supposed to do and only what it's supposed to do? How do you prevent errors or those weird AI hallucinations and guarantee it follows your rules to the letter?
Well, the answer comes from a truly incredible breakthrough called persona vectors. Now, don't worry about the name. Think of it like this. Researchers have basically found the personality knobs on the inside of an AI. They can now measure and, more importantly, control core traits like its honesty, its accuracy, and its diligence.
For risk management, this is a total game changer. We can now actually predict if the AI is about to make a mistake. Before it happens, we can steer it to be more diligent. We can fine-tune its behavior with surgical precision to match your specific business rules. Suddenly, the AI isn't some mysterious black box anymore. It's a transparent, auditable, and controllable tool.
So let's wrap this all up. The technology is powerful, it's controllable, and the opportunity to use it is right here, right now. And the reason for that is because this whole revolution is way more accessible than you probably think.
Take a look at this number, $25 a month. No, that's not a typo. According to our sources, Google now has a program that gives you the entire AI tech stack, the hosting, the database, the models, everything, for a flat, predictable fee. The #1 barrier that kept this stuff out of reach for most companies, the crazy, unpredictable cost, just vanished.
And what about getting it built? Check out this quote. An engineer built a complete custom AI application in under an hour with 0 manual coding. The tools to build your new digital workforce are not only incredibly affordable, they are unbelievably fast. So here's the bottom line. The tech is real, it's affordable, it's controllable, and it's moving at the speed of light. The question isn't if this is going to change the title industry anymore, it's who is going to do it first. Because you can bet your competitors are looking at this right now. The only question left is, are you?